Engravers. This is Joe Braga with Engraver's Choice. Today we're going to make a video on how easy it is to get information from the Xenetech software to Lightburn using the macro in CorelDRAW. Now, a lot of you Xenetech people are probably freaking out a little bit because Xenetech is closed, but I would not just sell off all my Xenetechs. Most of you can't afford to do that. I am supporting it, no problem. But those of you that want to expand a little bit at a time and start redeveloping your arsenal, Boss is very good for that. Lightburn is very good for that. A lot of people buy the Bosses simply because I'm a Boss master distributor. Doesn't matter which laser you buy as long as it's a DC tube laser. But as long as it runs Lightburn, I should really say. Okay, so you have your layout in Xenetech. Just bring up a normal layout. Verify you have wireframe on and that you're in normal line. I like to have the use clockwise on just so I can see the inside of the A's. Second off, no engraving fonts. If you use an engraving font, you cannot raster it. You have to etch it or draw it in, which you may want. But just realize if you want a raster, it has to be a closed image, or you have to convert it to a object in CorelDRAW. So literally just change them to TrueType fonts. There's a TrueType font for every engraving font, so it shouldn't matter. Most of you already do your layouts with TrueType fonts. So then you're going to hit F6 to select all. Then you're going to go to Edit and down to Paste, or Copy, down to Copy. Notice the fast key in CorelDRAW is different, so either put it on your right mouse key or just do the edit and copy. Then we're going to go over to Corel, and you're going to make Corel the same size plate as you had in Xenetech. So it's a single plate, 2x4, copied, got a 2x4 plate over here. Remember the acronym STAR: size of plate, text on the screen are correct, change your font, assign your fonts, resize, reposition. Size is the most important. Control V, paste it in. That's simple. Now I'm going to go ahead and left click the black because I want to raster everything. Lightburn will recognize the colors from CorelDRAW to Lightburn because I have a Lightburn palette right here. Now what I do is I double click on the rectangle tool, and if I put a red box around it, I'm going to cut through plastic, for example. If I right mouse click the blue, I'm putting a blue box around it, which means it's aluminum or brass. I'm going to select them all, and I'm simply going to click on the icon for Lightburn. Then here, what's important is that you're on a 64-bit unit that will take the macro. You cannot be on a low RAM unit or on a 32-bit piece of CorelDRAW. It won't work right. Go over here, and if you notice, it's already popped in. Now, a few things to check is I'm going to check my logo because that logo is not right. So I got to ungroup it, pull and drag from the left to the right. Excuse me. Go here, check for dupes. No dupes, which means you're not going to have a double burn on a line. Then go here and tell it to auto join. Auto join's fine. Then I go over here and I tell it I want to put the trace on the top because I want to trace first. Turn the trace on if I want it on and click on the preview. And then run it. Now when I download this, it simply doesn't matter where it is on this palette. I can tell it to go to absolute positioning. And wherever I move it on the screen, it's where it's going to move to. I can make it move from the left instead of the right, just like I do with Xenetech. I choose not to because I tend to follow any laser's limit switches, and on these units, it's to the right-hand side, right-hand top. Notice the triangle. So when I put this on the unit, on the laser, I'm going to then put it up where up against the top right, because I have a positioning table. It comes with a grid table. It takes 20 minutes to make a positioning table. Just something to butt up against to where it's always going in the same spot. Because remember, when you're dealing with the laser, you're dealing with the acronym OFF, Origin Focus File. So my origin is always in the same place. And I've already focused because I'm doing brass over and over again. All you got to do is download the file. So when you're dealing with this, you're dealing with cross. Check your spelling. Review your layout. Operational, your power and speed correct, etc. Notice I have a border on here that's not going to laser. It's going to frame but not laser. And I also save and send. So once I send it over, then all I have to do is hit File and Start. And so once you get this set up, you're literally bringing up your job in Xenetech, hitting F6, edit and copy, going to CorelDRAW, copying the size of plate. What is the size in Xenetech? Has to be the size here. Paste it in, Control V, Control A to select everything and make everything black. Now, if you made everything black in Xenetech, it's not going to have to do that process. And if I double click on the rectangle tool, I'll get a border, which is what I want. Then I hit my macro. Now this works with bitmaps as well. You can do variable text with it as well, but you do that variable text in Lightburn, not in CorelDRAW. Those of you coming over, you're going to have to learn CorelDRAW. Learn Lightburn first, do this simple cheat first, because you already know how to do layouts in Xenetech. Then slowly but surely, buy my CorelDRAW video set, watch those videos, do one training session with me on CorelDRAW, and you're off to the races. All right, thank you so much. Bye-bye.